Narayam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Naruttamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Buddhirayet Nashta Prayesa Badreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Sloke Bhakti Rivavati Nashtihi Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Ajnanatirmirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshulunmilitam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Bandeham Sri Gurun Sri Yuttapada Kamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri ISKCON Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopisai Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gourangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Prisavana Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Vanchakal Pataru Vyascha Kripa Sandhuvyaye Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaksha Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Srila Prabhupada Ki Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam Canto 10 Chapter 64 The Deliverance of King Nirga. Begin from text 31. Krishna Parijanam Pran Bhagavan Devaki Sutta Brahmanya Deva Dharmadma Rajanyan Anushikshayam Krishna Parijanam Praha Bhagavan Devaki Sutta Brahmanya Deva Dharmadma Rajanyam Anushikshayam Krishna Parijanam Praha Bhagavan Devaki Sutta Brahmanya Deva Dharmatma Rajanyan Anushikshayam Krishna Parijanam Praha Bhagavan Devaki Sutta Brahmana Deva Dharmatma Rajanya Anushikshayan Krishna Parijanam Praham Devayan Devaki Sutaham Brahmanya Deva Dharmatma Rajayan Anushikshayan Krishna Parijanam Praha Bhagavan Devaki Sutta Brahmanya Devo Dharmadma Rajanan Anukshakshayan Mataji Krishna Parijanam Praha Bhagavan Devaki Sutta Brahmanya Deva Dharmadma Rajanan Anukshakshayan Krishna Parijanam Kraham Bhagavan Devaki Sutta Brahmanya Deva Dharmadma Rajanan Anukshakshayan Krishna, Lord Krishna, Parijanam, his personal associates, Praha, addressed, Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality, Devaki Sutaha, son of Devaki, Brahmanya, devoted to the Brahmanas, Deva, God, Dharma, of religion, Atma, the soul, Rajanyan, the royal class, Anushaksayan, in effect, instructing. Translation. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna, the son of Devaki, who is especially devoted to the Brahmanas, and who embodies the essence of religion, then spoke to his personal associates, and those instructing the royal class in general. Please repeat. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna, the son of Devaki, who is especially devoted to the Brahmanas, and who embodies the essence of religion, then spoke to his personal associates, and thus instructed the royal class in general. There's no purport here. Text 32. Lord Krishna said, how indigestible is a property of a Brahmana, even when enjoyed just slightly and by one more potent than fire. What then to speak of things who what then to speak of kings who try to enjoy it, presuming themselves Lord? A small purport. Even those made powerful by austerity, mystic yoga, and so on, cannot enjoy a property stolen from a Brahmana, and what to speak of others. In this chapter, the deliverance of King Muchukunda, was instruction given to his messenger, his associates in Dwaraka. Srila Prabhupada has, in his Christian book, narrated everything very, very nicely in a very beautiful story form. And a Christian wants to teach us the property of a Brahmana should not be taken, should not be taken. In text 31, it is mentioned Brahmanya Deva, and it translated devoted to the Brahmanas. Lord Krishna is devoted to the Brahmanas. So devoted to the Brahmanas that he said, I'm ready to cut off my own hand if it is hostile to the Brahmanas. I'll cut it off. That is how Krishna relationship is, so intense that even if my own hand is against the Brahmanas, I'll cut it off. So he's devoted to the Brahmanas because the Brahmanas represent him. Representatives are very, very important to whom they represent. They're very, very important. The Brahmana represents Krishna, therefore he is very devoted to him. The Brahmanas, qualified Brahmanas, they have the responsibility to lead the whole world, to lead the society. In a community where we have qualified Brahmanas, there is always a success because the Brahmanas are going to lead people perfectly. They will lead people how to live a Christian conscious life. Therefore, a Christian has a special affection for the Brahmanas. So, a property owned by a Brahmana should never be taken by anyone, not even a king. The government have no power to take it. And this text 32, it is mentioned, even those who practice mystic power, they have mystic power. They are not qualified to touch the Brahmana's property. So no one else can do that. In text 33, Krishna will speak about comparing it to ordinary poison. I do not consider hala to be real poison. because it has an antidote. But the Brahmana's property, when stolen, can truly be called poison, for it has no antidote in this world. A poison has a cure. One can take another poison to destroy the poison which is already taken. That is a cure. A Brahmana's property has no cure. Offending a Brahmana has no cure. So therefore it is dangerous, more dangerous than poison. Poison will destroy the material body. And it ends with the person who took the poison. The offense of taking Brahmana's property destroy not only the body, it has effect on the soul, and also all the family members will participate in the sin. The offense committed to a Brahmana, the family members will share it, so it is more dangerous than ordinary poison, which can be cured. Offense to Brahmana does not have a cure. Poison kills only the person who ingests it, and an ordinary fire may be extinguished with water, but the fire generated from the kindling wood of a Brahmana's property burns a thief's entire family down to the root. Purport. Srila Vishwanath Chakrabarti compares the fire ignited by stealing a Brahmana's property to the fire that blazes within the cavity of an old tree. Such a fire cannot be put out even when the water of numerous rainfalls. Rather, it burns the whole tree from within, all the way down to the roots in the ground. Similarly, the fire ignited by the stealing a Brahmana's property is the most deadly and should be avoided at all costs. This example is given. Usually, a wood is burned from outside, so we'll see the fire is burning the wood. You can put it off if you apply water. But the fire which is burning inside the wood is not seen, so you cannot put it off. In the same way, when the Brahmana's property is taken away, it destroys not just the body, the soul is affected. The soul will not be burned by fire, but the soul progress in Krishna consciousness is affected. That one would not make advancement in Krishna consciousness by offending a Brahmana or taking a Brahmana's property. There is no question of advancement. And not only the advancement is stopped, even our physical health is also disturbed. Everything is affected. So Krishna is giving this passages to help us understand the position the Brahmanas hold in the society. There's one lecture Prabhupada gave. He said, Sudras, dependent. Vaishyas, dependent. Kshatriyas, dependent. Brahmanas, independent. They depend only on Krishna. They are fully independent because they are like the head. Our body has a lot of departments and different functions. Without the head, the body has no value. Similarly, in this material world, there are so many powerful personalities and so many wonderful things. Without the Brahmana to guide, this is useless. So in a society, two layers are important. The Brahmanas and the Kshatriyas. If they cooperate, the society will be wonderful. The society is considered important if the Brahmanas and the Kshatriyas are cooperating. If they cooperate, everything will be perfect. The Brahmanas and the hands, the head and the hands, they work cooperatively. Everything will be wonderful and successful. Members of the royal order, blinded by royal opulence, fail to foresee their own downfall. Childishly hankering to enjoy a Brahmana's property, they are actually hankering to go to hell. For as many years as there are particles of dust touched by the tears of general Brahmanas, who have developed independent families and whose property is stolen, uncontrolled kings who usurp the Brahmanas' property are cooked along with their royal families in the hell known as Kumbhipaka. So dangerous and very, very powerful. Whether it be his own gift or someone else, a person who steals a Brahmana's property will take bread as a worm in the feces of 60,000 years, for 60,000 years. I do not desire Brahmana's wealth. Those who lust after it become short-lived and are defeated. They lose their kingdoms and become snakes who trouble others. My dear followers, never treat a learned Brahmana harshly, even if he has sinned, even if he attacks you physically, or repeatedly curses you. Always continue to offer him obeisances. Lord Krishna offers this instruction not only to his personal associates, but to all those who claim to be followers of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Just as I always carefully bow down to Brahmanas, so all of you should likewise bow down to them. I will punish anyone who acts otherwise. When a Brahmana's property is stolen, even unknowingly, it certainly causes the person who takes it to fall down, just as the Brahmana's cow did to Niriga. Having thus instructed the resident of Dwarka, Lord Mukunda, purifier of all the worlds, entered his palace. So Krishna is talking about Brahmana's property, how dangerous it is. One will go to hell, where one is being cooked, along with the family members. Generations of family members. In Krishna book, proper specifically mentioned, to look at the Brahmana's property, just to look at the Brahmana's property, with interest, 3 generations go to hell. If one simply touch it, 7 generations go to hell. And if one actually take it, 10 generations of the family members go to hell. That's a Brahmana. What about Vaishnavas? What will happen if it is a Vaishnava's property, the one is talking? Not even taking, to look a Vaishnava's property with attraction. Oh, I like this. It's very nice. One will go to hell. That is how dangerous it is. The property of Brahmanas or Vaishnavas are worshipable. They're called Tadiyas. They are worshipable. They're not to be taken. They're not to be used by somebody. The Brahmanas has to be worshipped. They should be offered these items, not taken. So the idea to take from the Vaishnavas is very, very dangerous and risky. But by giving to them, it's auspicious, and it frees us from all the sins we've been committing since time immemorial in the material world. It will be rectified if you give. Therefore, it is very important, it's very, very important for us to cherish the idea of giving and to take. And hearing this has a lot of lessons to teach us. The first lesson that comes to my mind is how it is dangerous for a neophyte devotee or for one to be a neophyte. Because a neophyte devotee will not understand the process, will be attracted to Brahmana's property or even thinking of stealing it. In this very, if I'm not mistaken, it is this very temple that a devotee came to steal Prabhupada's watch. In this temple, not now, at that time. At that time. Am I correct? So it was here. A devotee was attracted to Prabhupada's watch. That is how he became a devotee. It's not the philosophy that made him a devotee. It is the property of Srila Prabhupada's watch that he was attracted to, because he has a habit to steal things. He was following Srila Prabhupada so that we have a chance to steal. And Prabhupada got to know that. He didn't know Prabhupada knows him. And Prabhupada detected that. He cured him from that disease and made him a devotee. He became a devotee. That is the difference. If one has opportunity to associate with a pure devotee, all our negativities, our impurities will be cured, will be taken away, if you have the fortune to associate with a pure devotee. Because a pure devotee, like we're saying, the Brahmana, they represent Krishna. So they have some qualities of Krishna with them. Whatever may be our situation, if you come in contact with Krishna, we'll get blessed, get purified. The same way, if you come in contact with Krishna's pure devotees, we'll get the same purification. So although we have come with all kinds of necessary things, but the mercy of pure devotee is so great that it will transform our lives and make us a better person, a pure devotee. But it is not so with just the Brahmanas, like in the case of King Dhira. His association was not with the pure devotees. So Krishna used him to teach us a lesson. The piety is not sufficient to make one a devotee. King Dhira is really very pious person. When he met Krishna, he gave introduction of himself to Krishna. He told Lord Krishna, if you have ever heard of charitable persons, there are many. If you have ever heard of charitable persons, my charity is like the sun at the seashore. In other words, he's telling Krishna, my charity is uncountable, it's unlimited. But what was the benefit of unlimited charity? To become a lizard. That is the result of piety. So piety is not sufficient to make one a Krishna conscious person. When piety is accumulated to a higher level, then one can become a devotee. Otherwise, King Dhira would have been the first-class devotee. But he didn't get that perfection to come back to Godhead. In Proverbs also mentioned that King Dhira is not intelligent, he's foolish. Because when he was offered the opportunity to take what he would suffer first, he preferred to suffer before the enjoyment. So I was looking at that. How is he foolish? Because in the material world here, if you don't work before, you cannot eat. You have to work first. You have to cook before you eat. So King Dhira preferred to suffer before he enjoy the result of his activities. So I was wondering why Prabhupada say he's foolish. Then looking at it very carefully, it is true that he's foolish. Because if he has accepted the piety and is very, very fortunate and expand that piety, it will contradict the negative one. But he didn't go for that. He went for the lower side. Therefore, Prabhupada says he's foolish. We can expand our fortune by the same process. We can expand the fortune. But he didn't expand his fortune, he went below. So Krishna concluded that if a Brahmana, not only Brahmana, if a devotee, Vaishnava, a pure devotee is angry, we should not be angry also. We should not be angry. We should appreciate that and feel very, very, very happy. We should feel very happy. Why should we be happy that the Brahman is angry with us? Because that is the love the person has for us. He has love for us. So he's angry because we are doing something wrong, which is going to give us suffering. So he's angry to check us, to protect us from doing something wrong. So that is the law. Therefore, Krishna said, we should not be angry, even if the Brahmanas are angry with us. We should be very happy and appreciate their love for us, because their love is going to help us to get purified. It will help us to become sensible and practice what is right and give up what is wrong. The pure devotee is getting angry is not ordinary. It's not ordinary. It's not like our normal anger, which is contaminating. It's a different thing. It is this pure love that they have for us. All right, Hare Krishna. Any comments, questions? Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Maharaj. Maharaj, many verses which we read today is very sobering, that how much deadly it is to touch and the property of a Brahmana. So, like, this is my personal question, that as a brahmachari, when we are staying here in temple, so this is also property of Prabhupada, and if we are not utilizing it properly, that also will be like a misappropriately using it. So how we should be careful, because we may not go to somebody and steal from his home or something like that, but then it is almost, it's Prabhupada also careful in taking care of Lakshmi and things like that. So how we should guard against this very deadly situation?
Thank you. Yes, everything in ISKCON belongs to Prabhupada. Everything is his property, including in what we are putting in our body belongs to Prabhupada. Everything. So an intelligent devotee should never misuse anything. Should never. Whatever it is. Not only money, everything in this movement should never be minimized. Should not be misused. That is, if we want to please Srila Prabhupada, we should recognize that he owns everything. And he has given all these things to us for his service. It is not a remuneration for our practicing devotional service. It is not a profit for being a devotee, including the positions which you have. They are all facilities for us to serve Lord Krishna. Sometimes it is misunderstood because of the improper understanding that we start to think that the position belongs to me, I merit it. And whatever is under me is my property. I merit them because I have chanted Hare Krishna for 20 years. Now I own this, now I have a position, this is my benefit. Even if we think that it's our benefit, even if we think that it's our benefit, that means that we are less intelligent, because Krishna consciousness is not for material benefit. The Krishna consciousness is to help us become Krishna conscious. This movement is meant for making us Krishna conscious, not the positions we have. The positioning cannot give one Krishna consciousness, but one can use the position to serve Krishna and his pure devotees. Then that will make us a pure devotee. Forgetting that, we will misuse everything which is given to us as a facility for our Krishna consciousness, and think that it's our benefit. That is a misuse. And according to this chapter, it is punishable. We're talking of a Brahmana. Now we're talking of a Vaishnava, like Prabhupada. He owns everything. So if you don't use everything we have in his service for his own pleasure, then we are stealing property. And this chapter relates to us. It is not just to the associate of Krishna in Dwaraka. The instruction is not for the associate of Dwaraka. Otherwise, we will not be reading it today. I'm not from Dwaraka. So it will not have any use for me. But it is for all devotees in Christian consciousness that we should use everything within our reach for Christian service, and that is what they are given. Misuse is a law. It's a violation of the principle which is punishable by the Supreme Lord himself. He gave this instruction. It's punishable. Everything. So nothing to be misused in Christian consciousness. Everything. Human devotees or properties or money, everything. They are all belonging to Prabhupada, and it is for his service. All right? Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Maharaj. Thank you, Maharaj. Maharaj, this tendency is there when some possession come, when some object of it is property of Krishna or Vaishnavas, any sense object come in front of us, the tendency is there to enjoy it. Although we understand it's a property of Srila Prabhupada, Vaishnavas or Krishna, but we have the tendency, after knowing it also, we didn't give up. So what can be done, how we can overcome this tendencies, Maharaj?
Yes, what we can do is that we are not hearing. We are not hearing. One who hears will understand. There is a difference, the sound and the purport of the sound. They're two different things. The sound and what does sound represent? They are separate things. The sound is to help us to understand what the sound represents. So if you hear Krishna, and one who hears Krishna will be able to follow Krishna. So if you actually hear that everything in this movement belongs to Krishna, so Srila Prabhupada, and Srila Prabhupada has made me fortunate that he has given these things in my charge for his service. We will use it for his service without thinking that it has become my own property. So we're not hearing, so let us hear, then we can understand. That's the first thing we should try to understand, hearing. Just like when you're hungry and the food is given to you, do you need somebody to come and advise you how to eat? You eat it because it's food and you're hungry and you notice it's food. Similarly, if we really understand, we hear properly that everything is Srila Prabhupada's property, and as you use it, we will use it for property without thinking it has become my property. That thing is my merit of being a devotee for some time. Therefore, I can use it I like. That dangerous mentality leads us to exploitation at every level, from whatever level to the topmost level. We develop this exploitative mentality that whatever is under me is my property, and I should enjoy it. A dangerous property. It's a dangerous mentality. So we should hear this regularly until we hear it, that the sound actually penetrates into the heart and do some purification and become realized to understand that, yes, I should behave properly. Hearing again and again, not once. Hearing again and again. It brings the purification that we require to understand this.
Maharaj, thank you very much for a very wonderful class. So, these purports and these verses are really very shocking, as Sundar Chaitanya Prabhu was also mentioning. This, especially this 31st shloka mentions Brahmanya Devo Dharmatma, and we hear also about Namo Brahmanya Devaya Go Brahmana. So my question is, this is a very common question which we also been asked by many others also, that one of the reason we know is why Krishna is so loving and so favorable to the Brahmanas is because, like mostly because they are they chant the holy names and they perform that yajna and they are very pleasing. But why Krishna is not so loving and so intimate towards the other varnas? Is there any other reason for not being so loving and so favorable to the Kshatriyas and the Vaishyas and the Shudras? Are they not chanting, or how is it? How to understand?
A father will love all the children. A father, he will love all his children, Shudras, not only Brahmanas hearing this. Krishna loves everybody. Like a father loves all the children, but mature children who are more responsible, a father will invest more in them because they are going to represent him. So the Brahmanas are mature children of Krishna. They are mature, experienced children of Krishna. After the training, they have properly understood the interest of their father and are ready to carry that instruction to the professional stage, to perfectly represent him. So Krishna invested more power and everything in them. Not that Krishna is partial to others. No? That is intelligence. That instruction will be given to everybody. The same instruction is given to everybody. But who is taking that seriously will be especially considered. That is why Krishna accepted the Brahmana to represent him, because they have quality which others don't have. The Brahmana is peaceful. Kshatriyas are restless because of the desire to own, to dominate, to control. It makes one restless. When one is restless, you have no peace to do something constructively. Brahmana doesn't destroy, but Kshatriyas destroy. So they're not so mature, experienced like Brahmanas. So the responsibility is given to Brahmanas more than the Kshatriyas and the Vaishyas and the Shudras, because of the position, because of their maturity, because of what they represent. It is not a material discrimination, it's a spiritual discrimination. You cannot give your child 1,000 rupees. What will you do with it? If you give a child 1,000 rupees, what will you do with it? You will buy a biscuit with it. You give it to an experienced child, he's going to multiply it. That's experience. So the Brahmanas are more experienced, more mature children of Krishna. Therefore, he appreciates them more.
Can I ask one more question, Maharaj?
Yes.
And then as you were mentioning that Brahmanas are very mature children of Krishna, and so we hear many other pastimes, and these verses also that even, and you are mentioning that even if the Brahmana is angry to us, we should not be angry just because Krishna loves them. But then we hear sometimes incidences like the 9th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam describes the incident of Prishadra, having accidentally killed the neck of the cow, and then he was being cursed by Vasishtha. So there Prabhupada quotes Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, quoting that Vasishtha was a Durmati. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says that sometimes he was also afflicted by a mode of ignorance. So he cursed him that he will become a Shudra in the next life and things like that. And we also hear pastime of Bali Maharaj, and Shukracharya. So like how to understand these situations, like in such circumstances, we will definitely become a little angry, not angry in that sense. Of course, Prishadhara never became angry. The 9th canto describes about it. He folded his hands and he accepted the curse, and then he performed brahmacharya and things like that. But still there within our heart we feel not so good that why he is not angry. Why is he not following, or why is he not so good? He is not supposed to exhibit such qualities. So what to do in such situations? It's very obvious to become angry.
Yes, we will get disturbed. Why I'm chastised by a guru, a senior? Why am I chastised? It's supposed to be very peaceful. It's supposed to be without anger. It's a pure devotee. And a pure devotee should all be giving blessings. That's his duty. Only give blessings, all of you. Go back to God. Why is he correcting me? Why is he chastising me? It's because he's pure. Because he's pure, his purity means that he will see what you are lacking that you will not send about to Godhead now, and he will address it. That's his purity. He will address you, say, this is nonsense, don't do this. That is his duty. It is not imperfection, it is perfection. Anger which is based on envy. I'm envious of you, oh, you have this, but I don't have it. That is dangerous, this is contaminating. That is different from anger which is for your own care, for your own good. They're different. If a pure devotee does not exhibit what necessary anger, then he's not a pure devotee. And that means he's not qualified to lead you. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu we taught it to not peace in nature now. But when the Madai wounded nature, did he preach that to Madai? Did he say Vaishnava Kalpadu? Vancha Kalpadu? He didn't do that. He wanted to kill him. Oh, he's angry. You just taught me. Oh, now you see, you are just teaching this and you are getting angry. Not qualified. No. He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He knows how to apply everything. Bhagavad one Prabhupada said, everything has in utility, but it is the duty of a man intelligent to know how to apply everything for its purpose. The pure devotees have that principle. They have that potency to apply things when it is necessary, to chastise when it is necessary. All pure leaders, there is a need for them to be angry when it is necessary. Prithu Maharaj did that. Our Prabhupada did many times. Chastisement many times. Many times. All of them. They have to chastise because it is necessary, but they don't do that always, all the time. That's when it is necessary. So that does not disqualify them. And we should be so fortunate to be able to appreciate that he cared for me, he's chastising me, not because he hates me. Because of our own contaminations. So we don't appreciate when love is exhibited towards us. In that form. Not everything that is bad. And even the bad things, for a pure devotee, that is not bad thing, it is wonderful. It's all auspiciousness. In Christian consciousness, everything is auspicious. Even the so-called bad things are auspicious. But we need to improve our sadhana, to come to the stage we will be appreciating everything that is happening to us. Either it is a mercy coming from behind or the mercy coming from the front. But actually for a sincere a devotee or fortunate devotee, the mercy which comes from the front is not so beneficial. The mercy which comes from the back is the best. Because that is what will help us the most. How will it feel? How will it be if every day you are being glorified? How will it be? Every day, you're being glorified. Oh, wonderful devotees are so great. Do you think you make advancement in your Christian consciousness? You would never make advancement. But when you are corrected, always do this, do it like this, do it like this. You are corrected. And when you do it, oh, very good, very good. That is necessary. It is good for us. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.